that. You know, love is love. You cannot even control, the feeling. Yeah, as long as you fall in love with someone, you fall in love with someone. So now, this is just a summary of what I thought I should talk about. And this same online dating is like has no age, anyone, even if you are over, you could be 60, for example, and lonely, you can just go online and find someone in your age group. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? So there's no age limit to this. But before you start, I was almost forgetting this. Before you start dating online, you have to know what you want. Are you really, really sure that you want to settle down? Because this is what has made online dating look like it's a scam. Because some people are even married and they're going online to find people to play around with. But you can be the change that the world needs. Are you ready? If someone liked you today and he or she wants to get, if she's a woman, if she wants to get married to you and you meet her online, are you ready yourself before you start this? Because playing around with people's feelings is the least you can do. Or if you're a woman, are you ready to get married? Because if you meet someone who's serious and they know what they want, they will not waste time with you. They will just be there until everything is done. So are you ready? Or when they say, I'm coming, and then you start to, beating about the bush. Are you ready, or you have something that you have to fix before you start this? Because you never know who you're going to meet. Might be very serious and disciplined, and he wants to be serious with you. So if you're not ready, you better wait until you're ready. Okay? So that's one thing that I can talk about. And do you know the disadvantages of online dating? Are you very smart that you are going to detect and read, between the lines if someone is really into you or they are just trying to play around with you? Are you able to tell? Or do you have someone you can ask to guide you? Because online dating has put some people in huge problems. Yeah, because they met people who pretended to love them and they did not love them and they ended up very badly. So I have to advise you to be on your guard, just be smart and read between the lines. It's very easy to catch someone who's trying to play around with you. Yeah, so you should not forget that. Yeah, now coming to this real subject of the matter, some tips. I've just said you should be smart enough to identify who is trying to play around with you. Something that you should look out for is nowadays, I don't think, unless you are very, I will not use poor, a word poor, because if you are really not financially stable, maybe you will not have a smartphone. I wonder how many people in the world don't have smartphones right now. So if you meet someone online, you are a man, you meet a woman online, of course, or vice versa. What are you doing to believe that this human being really exists? Because nowadays, you've heard before, if you've not heard before, this is a fact. People hide behind the cameras. They pretend to be who they are not. What they do, both genders, but mostly this is more common. I'm not putting, I don't want to sound like I'm blaming the other gender. No, I'm trying to be as careful as possible. And please don't get me wrong. Most people, I don't know from which, especially from the gatherings that I've gotten, people from certain parts of the world. I'm not going to specify which continent, which country, or whatever. No, I try not to do that. But most people, they go online, they find if you're they want to target certain group of people. They can say, for example, let's target African girls, because they maybe know that you are vulnerable, or in some way. So they'll go online of some site and look for very, very good looking pictures of some men, which they know if they sent that to a girl, and a girl would fall for that person really exists. But meanwhile, they are not the ones in that picture. It has happened and people have cried. People have lost money. They've been scammed. Yeah? Yeah, that brings me, before I go further, to the point where you have to be smart. Yeah. So someone, for example, I've seen pictures circulating of a good-looking guy, a pilot, in a uniform. Maybe you've seen this before, huh? But this is just an example, and I'm not been pointing to anyone, but I've seen it. Someone went to some site and got pictures of a pilot, a good-looking young pilot of some race, very good-looking, and in a uniform, maybe it's on Instagram. I don't know where they get these things from. And then these days people can screenshot pictures. They they can screenshot those pictures and they can make them, to look real. And they open a profile on dating sites. Meanwhile, it's just someone who doesn't exist. And it's a pity that there are people who fall for that, unfortunately. This brings me to some program I used to watch not long ago. It's called that one, 90 Days Fiancé, if you know it. Yeah, there is a lady, an elder lady called, I'll mention her because no, it's not a secret, Yolanda. Yolanda had a family, children, and he fell for someone who the children tried to convince Yolanda that, Mama, this human being does not exist. This man that she fell in love with was some beautiful, nice-looking man, well-built, and she fell in love with that man who never existed. The children tried to convince Yolanda. Yolanda did not listen. It's the same way. I know maybe some Zambians have even fallen victim to this. A friend would tell you, my dear, this is not real. You would think, you're just being jealous of me. You're jealous of me. This is the real deal. I've met this man. So now, that brings me back to the point. What are you doing to believe that this person exists? Because nowadays, everyone has a smartphone, unless otherwise. It could not be an iPhone, but everyone has a smartphone. No matter how cheap it is, it's still a smartphone. And with a smartphone comes a camera. And nowadays, there are a lot of video chats where people see each other and they believe. So, some people have been fooled. Someone, let's say, I meet someone online and I'm asking them if we could chat. We've been chatting maybe for a month. In fact, why should you even wait to chat for a month before you see that someone exists? Because that means you're going to waste a lot of time. Better, on the word go, at least give 1 week or 2 weeks. Of course, don't rush things. Someone would think, like you are desperate. But give it like 1, 2, at least 3 weeks. And can we chat on video chat? Some people have gotten answers like, each time they suggest that, they are told, sometimes they say my battery is low, sometimes they say my phone was stolen, sometimes they would say my camera is not working, all sorts of excuses. Okay, that's a red light. Why is someone not going to chat with you if he likes you or she likes you? If they're giving excuses, just stop. You're wasting your time. Time is money. Time is money, so don't waste it. So, someone gives excuses that they can't chat with you on video camera because of ABCD. Don't fall for that. Okay, Maybe if someone says my battery is low, but how come you're chatting? Be smart and just, you can catch someone within 2 days. And, if you have a feeling and the conscious tells you that this is fake, you just, block this person and move on. Because if you waste 1 month, 2 months, you've wasted, days are passing, you're not going to achieve your goal or finding someone to fall in love with. So that's one excuse they give. And some people, because of that, why is that person not accepting? Because that person is not a real person. Some of them, when they don't want to chat on video, they would accept phone calls. But you should be smart enough to know that this accent is from this part of the world, at least. I don't think I can be fooled. I would tell exactly, really. Even if someone is trying to make up the accent, I think I can know. You cannot make up the accent, So they don't want to chat with you because they are not the people who are in the picture which they've put in that profile on the website where they're dating. It's as simple as that. So run for your life. Don't fall for such. If they accept you chat on live videos, that's fine. And then you believe that that person is actually existing. Yeah? So don't fall for those lies. So that's one of the things, that one tip, in this advanced world, everyone has a smartphone and you should be able to chat on live video. And with these same men or women, it's both sides actually. Comes with these fake people, they are so fake that when you read between the lines, you see everything is fake, but they are trying so hard to pretend. And as days go on, as you are chatting with such people, there will come a time, because they are so fake, they will start asking for things that are so useless that a real person who wants to meet a loved one cannot ask. Because we all know what love can do, and I'm sure we all know what real love is. If someone really likes you and wants something to be built, between the two of you, he will take or she will take it so slowly but sure. Yeah. But if you see someone is taking things too fast, then something is wrong somewhere. And the tip that I can give you is, as you are about to meet people online, don't offload all the information. Like, for example, don't offload information that they will use to scam you. Most scammers are going to use the information you're giving them to scam you. For example, if, for example, you tell them you are chatting and they ask you, what do you do for a living? Just try. I'm not saying you should not be truthful, but, play smart. Just try to not to say, actually, right now, I'm jobless. Also, this is for both genders. Don't think by saying that you are going to get financial help. I think you should chill a bit with benefiting financially from these people. Just play along. For example, if they ask you what to do for a living, if you are jobless or if you are not very financially stable, don't give them that hint, because they are going to use your not being financially stable to scam you. That's when they start saying they've sent something and they've bought you an iPhone. Now there is iPhone 14. They would say, I bought you an iPad, an iPhone. They mention those things that human beings like. Yeah. Because they are using you're not being employed, you're not being financially stable to their own advantage to scam you. This is when they tell you, no, I've sent such things and now they are stuck and now you have to send money, How can someone who has bought you a present make you pay for that present? And why are you going to stress to send money to this company which is going to deliver the so-called gifts that they've sent you? Why? If someone buys a gift, it's a gift. You are not supposed to spend anything on that. But people have cried. I've had people, even in my inbox, asking me. I just said, block. Don't even waste time. Some people have gone to get loans some people have gone to the bank to get the little savings they've been saving just to send money to these scammers. Once you send, then they disappear because they've taken your money. So that means they've used your information because you have offloaded all the information within a short time, and they're going to use that, to their own advantage. So be slow. You can disclose these things as you get along. Yeah? Yeah. So these people, the fake people, these are the people who, because they are not real, they could even be in the same country with you or in the same continent. These are the people who want to use you to their own advantage. These are the people who ask you to say, I love you so much and I miss you. So they even say, I miss you as if they've met you before. I would like to see how you look like. They ask you to send those nude pictures. Now because someone, you've fallen in love, someone is talking you, then you fall for that. In this era and generation, I don't think there should be people like that who are being scammed so that they can, sink so low to start photographing their private parts to send to these scammers. Remember that those pictures that you send, even when you're chatting online, you should be mindful. You could be in love, of course. You've not met this person, but you could fall in love. But there are screenshots nowadays. Don't chat to them, half naked, like you are from bathing, and be smart. Just be you and be decent. A real person is never going to ask you for a nude picture, because that real person will start making plans. There are serious people in this world. There are decent people in this world. They could be from another culture. They can cross oceans. They can do anything to come and meet you. They will not ask for nudes. They will not do these weird things we've been hearing. Even after they marry you, they respect you because they're decent. Because these things of not being decent from these men also comes from how they've been brought up. A real person who is brought up in a good way will not start asking for such. I'm sure you can, agree with me on that. But remember, because you are so in love, you start photographing yourself and sending, these pictures are going to be online forever. Just remember that. Internet keeps things. You not even know. They can come and resurface in future. So avoid that by all means. We've seen people's nude pictures circulating sometimes on social media. Please don't do that. This could be local. People in the same country. I can give an example of my country. One is in Solwezi, the other one's in Livingstone. Oh, I miss you so much. Blah, blah, blah. Andy, imwe mambo zikopa mambo tuma. How you don't even know, even if that person is going to marry you, that means it's not very decent if he's asking you to do that, because that's not right. So avoid that. Don't send these nudes. They will be on internet forever. No matter how much you fall in love, please don't. Avoid such things. These things used to happen before people had knowledge about internet, but not now. Okay? So be mindful of that. So what more can I say? I have a lot of things to say, but I'm not going to offload them in one video because that would be too much information to take. Yeah, a lot. Yeah. So I came up with like yeah, I think what I wanted to talk about, if you are starting to date online also, you should ask yourself which qualities of this person am I going to accept or not. Don't waste time. You should know already. For example, if you hate smoking, it's just an example, and I'm not talking about anyone who smokes. It's none of my business. It's just a good example that I'm giving. If you don't like smoking and you don't like being near anyone who smokes, please don't date someone who smokes. What if it materializes to marriage? Are you going to take that? So you should have these qualities. Mostly it should be, of course, I've been talking about this thing. The heart of a person matters most, but there are other things that you can accept and those which you can't accept. Can you accept someone who smokes, chain smoker, for example? Are you going to take that? Can you take someone who has got, I'm not also talking about anyone. It could be sensitive, but I'm just giving examples. Someone who's got tattoos all over the body. Can you take that? If you can't, then don't. You should know. Or do you have children? And are you looking for a man who has children? Or if you are a woman and you want children, are you going to go ahead and not talk about this as you are starting, to find out before you start whether this person will be serious or not? Have you thought about it, if you can accept that or you can't? If you can't, then don't. As you chat in the chats, there's going to be a point where you're going to discuss this. And if this person is not giving you a straight answer, that means maybe he's scared that he's going to hurt your feelings. So he might beat about the bush, but you are old enough to read between the lines. Are you going to accept that? No. Yes. Okay, go ahead. Or if you don't have children and this person has children, are you ready to accept this person who already has children and you don't have children? Such things you should know already before you start dating, to lessen the disappointments in future. So these are some of the things, but as I've said, I have a lot kasaka kama tips. What did I want to talk about? I think maybe, how many minutes is this video? I don't even know. I hate when it goes over 1 hour. How can one check? I think this is around 45 minutes. Is that so? So, I don't know if you have any questions for now. Or let me just scroll down and see. Maybe someone has written something which maybe I need to answer. Or if someone comes across this video later, ask questions. Let's see. Do you know anyone, before I start reading comments, do you know anyone who has met a loved one online or Facebook, or Facebook is still online? Do you know anyone? Or do you know a lot of them? I know a lot of them. So this thing works if you handle things well, if you know what you're looking for, and if you're ready. It works. It has worked for millions of people. Now, maybe it might be very difficult, but it's still working. We see people every day. Yeah? So this thing works. Because you know what? I know. You have to also put effort, because it's not very easy that someone is going to, it's not very easy. It might be possible, but it's not as easy as it sounds, that someone is going to Okay, then I'm talking about local and international. First of all, meeting someone local, let's say in Zambia, it has proved, very difficult for some people, while others, it has worked. Why do I say so? We see kitchen parties, the so-called bridal showers every week. Where do they get them? So sometimes it works. But for some people, it has not worked. So maybe your destiny is not in that country. Yeah? It's not that you're a god digger if you look for love somewhere else. No, you're not a god digger. That also brings me to some point. You who's looking for love online, whether internationally or locally, are you ready to accept someone? For example, excuse me, someone who is not financially stable just at that moment. Are you going to accept that? You can find out this person's background. Maybe they're studying. Maybe they've just lost a job, but they have potential, they're educated. Are you going to accept someone who is not financially stable, or you're going just to look for those who are financially stable? This also brings me, as I talk, I'm a person who just connects things, so maybe I hope you're following me. It brings me to the point of those people who are hiding behind the camera saying they are the people in the pictures. Meanwhile, they are not. These people who are serious, the serious men and women who want love. For example, you meet a person in some parts of the world, somewhere far, where one needs an air ticket. Maybe this person is so much in love with you, and probably even comes to visit you, and maybe he even invites you to visit him. But at some point, he's not able to maybe provide an air ticket. Are you going to say, he's not serious, he can't even buy me a ticket? Or are you going to work out things differently, or maybe just postpone and then do it later? Or are you a person who's financially stable and you can afford an air ticket, for example? Because this person is just being honest. He's not lying. If, for example, you've met before and so such things. Are you only focused on money? Are you focused on money, or you are focused on love? I know some people say a man should always. I don't know. We are different. We are different. Another thing, are you going to, as you plan to date online, have you thought about age difference? Are you okay if someone is 30 years older than you? Are you going to accept that? Or you think it's not right? So if you think you can't date someone a certain age, don't start chatting to that one who's within that age. Do it smartly. Start already looking for the age that you're looking for, because you'll be wasting your time. So, are there things that you can accept and things you can't accept? Or are you going to accept a man like who's a bit younger than you? Or a woman who is older than you and you are a man, but the woman is a bit older? Are you okay with it? What consequences are there? So, such things, you have to really know yourself. Do you mind? Do you mind being, walking around with someone who's way older than you? If you're okay with that. But most people are too focused on the pockets. That's a problem. Musanigwe mkamwa. Money is very good. Money is good. It's good. But sometimes circumstances are that at that point in time there is no money. So does that mean you're not going to fall in love because you're waiting for this person to have money? Or you can also contribute, fall in love with this person you've seen potential in. Of course, I'm not saying you can just fall in love with any person. Some people have no potential. They're just people like that. Some people are so stuck somewhere, like you don't even see that they'll progress financially. you should be smart enough. What do you talk about with this person? Is this person not even intelligent? You can't even have a conversation which will lead you, into making plans in future in order to be financially stable. So I'm not saying money is bad. Money is very good. And when there's money, it's very good. But is that the only focus? We fall in love with money, or we fall in love with a person, with a heart. This person loves you, but has no money at that point. Has had money before, and this point has no money, but he's got the potential to maybe get a job or do the business that, but circumstances, So, are you only money focused? So, those things you answer them yourselves. So let me see if I can find some interesting comments or maybe questions or something like that. Mostly, I would like to read this at my own spare time so that I can answer if there are any things that need to be answered. Any comments, that is. So, yeah. So, I talked about this subject of you thinking. I give an example that if you think that you are not attractive, someone wrote a message to my inbox that she was a bit big. I'll not say chubby. Chubby sounds a bit mean. Yeah, a bit bigger in size, in body size. Who told you that people who are big in size will, never find love? Who told you even the shortest man has someone who loves him somewhere? So, in whichever way you are, there is someone for you. Believe you me, someone who just loves you for you. Yes, it's not easy, but it's possible. If you just believe in yourself and remain focused and you do what you can in your powers to make this a reality. Someone who just loves you. I gave examples how people have been told you have to behave a certain way. You have to be crazy. Crazy with what? You can, some people don't like that. Just like we are different on the face, it's the way we are different in what we want to have. Some people, they see you as the most beautiful person in the whole world, no matter how you look at yourself. So stop doubting yourself. Yeah? So, Mama Kamba, send me, I can see a comment here. Send me nudes, I'm a villager, please. Send me nudes, I'm a villager, please. What do you mean, Natasha? You mean, I don't get it, Natasha Namuila. What do you mean? Good lesson tips. Let's see if there's any comments. Okay, someone has asked, which site is real? I've been gathering a lot of information regarding that on if I have a friend, for example, and I'm asking, and then they give me a site I've been writing down like that. This one wants to know which site is real. There is no site which is real. But because if I say that, I think I'll be lying. On all sites, there are scammers. What is important is for you to identify who's a scammer. So no site is real, but there are real people on all these sites, no matter how fake they look. Yeah? I've answered your question. What's the time? I don't want this to go so... Can someone tell how long I've been on this live? Is there anyone who can just tip me? Because I can't see. Yeah, I know it's maybe close to 1 hour now. So I have to... tips. Yeah, I'm just, but I know I'm going to read them nicely. I'll scroll down and read all of them. All sites have got scammers. It depends on who you meet. People are fake everywhere, but not all people are fake. You will find someone who's real. Sites are there. So, since I do not want this video to go above 1 hour. There is one site that I'm going to come and talk about and how you should do with it. Yeah? Please don't, I promise I'm going to, I have a lot of tips, but this question, someone was asking, Truly Africa dating site is good, my people. Okay? Someone has given there, Truly Africa dating site is good, my people. Let me just give one site. Other sites will come later in the other videos that I'm going to make. This site, I've seen people and I've heard people meeting their loved ones there, but it looks very fake. Yeah? So this site, the tips that I got how to do depends on a person. It looks very fake and it's too like, it's a big one and I think it's very odd. So, no, connection, someone is asking, do you connect? Now, let's get real here. Connections are so difficult. So, why not get on the ground and do this thing, you know, instead of waiting to be connected? If there is such a thing, connections, you live in these countries, you will be surprised that people here are busy. I've been saying they also like meeting people online because they are so busy. So unless you have friends at work, like maybe I'm working with a guy, and then maybe jokingly say, I want a lady from Africa, you know, that kind of thing. Maybe I have a relative, a friend of friend, but at Bantu Chabe, so maybe I have a neighbor who's friendly, you know, that's how, but otherwise it's very tough. Yeah? Someone was asking. So, last but not least, I'm going to give you to tip you. You know this site, all of you, I know, and I'm sure, but how you should do with it. This site is a very well-known Badoo.com. So, Badoo, let me tell you how you should do. If you, for example, you live in Zambia, and you are signing up for Badoo, you are making an account. If you say you live in Zambia, it's only Zambians who appear on that site. If you say you live in Tanzania, it's only people from Tanzania who appear. So what I can say, what you can do, it looks fake, but I know a lot of people who have found love there. A lot. It looks fake, but it's not. But a lot of scammers, like everywhere else. What you should do, let's say, okay, let me give an example of my country, Sweden. You just, if you want to meet a man from Sweden, for example, this is just an example, go to Badoo, sign up, make an account, and put the country Sweden. You know that Swedish people don't speak English, but I think they will speak some broken English, but some, they do speak, but they do respect their language so much. So when you say you're in Sweden, they are going to, you will see only Swedish people. But they like speaking they can speak English. They can speak English, most of them, and they can write. But all you encounter is when they want to say hi to you, they'll be speaking in Swedish. And they'll be, you know. But what you can do, as I said, if someone is a real man and is looking for love, there, you put, it's an example. You can put UK, you can put Australia, you can put any country. And the people from that country are the ones that are going to appear. But if someone is real, they're not going to mind. After they inbox you, you can say the truth. You know, you can say, you know what, actually, I don't live in Sweden, but I like Sweden as a country and I like the people. That's why I had put the country Sweden. Can you speak English? If they can, they will speak. If they can't, they can speak a bit. You can help them. They can write, they can speak, but maybe they don't want. So, and if you're honest from the beginning to say, I like Swedish people and I like the country, and that's why I put Sweden. Actually, I live in Zambia. If a person is there on Badu and looking for love, seriously, they are going to understand you, that's why you did what you did. It's as simple as that. Be honest when they inbox you. If they are not serious, they just want to meet you to play around with you. Maybe they think you're in Sweden and they think they can meet you somewhere to play around with you, then they will not continue. But a real person will understand, oh, really? You like Sweden? And then you take it from there. Same applies to other countries if you put countries of your choice. That's a tip that I can give you. I repeat, if you put Zambia, there will only be Zambian men there. You can still chat to them, and you can have something materialized to something even in Zambia. If you are interested in Zambians, well and good. Put Zambia. If you want to go, for example, to another country in Africa, put that country. But when you meet someone and they show so much interest, please be honest and tell them why you did that. No one will kill you. You say the truth to say, actually, this is why I did this, because this is how this site works. But that's how it works. So, there you have it. Other sites that I've been gathering are coming in next videos. So, let me now I have to stop this video because now it will go to 1 hour something. Let's see if I can quickly. Someone says Truly Africa. I've never heard about it, but people they've been exploring. So good to know, trulyafrica.com. Try that. But those sites I've been gathering, they're coming in the next videos together with other tips. So, true, real men do exist. Huh? Real women are there. Both women and men who want to settle down are there. But sometimes they just don't meet right people at the right time. So they are online, they are waiting for you. If others have met, you can also meet. Nothing is special about anyone. Of course, not everyone has met their men online. Some have met face to face like this. Yeah? Some have met in different ways. Not everyone you see has met their partners online. Others just met in other ways. But those who did, they did it. So if they did it, you can also do it. You have to put the effort. In this era, you have phones, smartphones. These things can even open on your phones, I'm sure. They can open on phones as long as you've got bundles. Yeah? It's not like those years when people used to go to internet cafes just to browse. You have everything on your fingertips. You can buy bundles, and if you commit yourself, you give yourself a time frame. I always say, in my talkings, like, you just say, you should have a little bit of that attitude. Say, if that one can, I can too. Have that attitude. You just say, before this, I'm going to, you just do your best. Do your best. People can connect you, but that might take ages. So, if you do it yourself, you put your effort. I know people say, it's not easy. It's not easy, yes. That's why you have to try your best. Keep trying. If you give up, but it's not the solution. Yeah? Connection, yes, there is, but it's not easy at all. It will take ages. Yeah? I'm just being honest. No one should cheat you. So, get to the ground, use your phone. Choose the age you want. How does someone look like? Do you like? And all the best. It will happen. Was that dab or not dab? What? Yeah, I can't believe. Oh, you will not believe because you've been doing your best. The best has paid off. That's all I can say. I have more tips to look out for from these human beings who are trying to scam you. In this era and generation, no one should be scammed. And remember, how you look like, what you look like, doesn't matter to a person who loves you. You don't have to look any crazy. You have to look a certain way. If you are crazy, you are crazy. Yeah, there are decent people in the world who like that, people who look a certain way. No matter whichever way you look, there is someone who's gonna love you just the way you are. Usazipai. But if you're a big body and don't get big, at least do something about it. But that doesn't mean that there's no one who loves you like that. I can tell you, I've seen people who are big, women who are big, and they are married to other those races. You think they don't like Chadbini Boza. That they like people who are skinny. With the boof. At least me, I'm not skinny and I'm loved, and I'm not dark. And so chabe so. And I konda so chabe and to swanga so chabe so. I have a box of hair here. I was asking my husband to say I want to braid hair. I have a lot of hair in this box. Nagula, oh my God, Nancy's. If even say so. Why do you show? Yesterday he said, I like you the way you are. But if you want to do hair, do. But I have no problem. I just love you the way you are. Siboza. So, fine hali ntemu ako. Na mama ina mtu mwasanga kaba kumitemu ako. Ninkwate mishishi mwe. Nomba. Ninganiza. Keni milangi. Ninkwate mishishi fingi. I buy these from African shops. Look. Ninkwate mishishi. Let's see. This. My weaving eye. Ninkwate fi. I have a lot of hair. The box is full of hair. This should be happy. It doesn't know to tie a knot that I can untie it without problems. Ooh. Ooh. So, if I decide to braid hair, I bought this from an African shop, from a shop from Ghana. Manja pa. Ambo mangasi is never baby tafya bombe. What they me shishi if taps and ups on it. Nothing bit after weave. Come be the chat. The whole box is full of wool. Oh my God. So, you never didn't my everything, eh? But gonna look at nachimbish. English national shis. So, nikamanga sis nisnafuna chabe, but it's vaka bakutawe. Paka umangesis because me, he says I look good the way I am. This can be nice on me. So, I used to buy a lot of hair from this Ghanaian shop. So the whole box is full of hair. Nizamanga manja hapa kwati bazambo ni donsa baby. Because ngafumba talesta ngadonsa shasanga nangu ninkwata my headsets if I'm not using AirPods. He just pulls those and then I'm thinking it's not a good idea. Also, it's not a hygienic for him. I think so chab. So you can also be yourself, just be yourself. But not to the shot. So I'll just be when circumstances allow, keep improving yourself. So anyway, that's one tip. That's one tip. So they can let me not talk too much now. I think look out for more tips. I'll come with more tips. You know what I want? I want at least someone can benefit from this. I hope someone can say, ija point, ija. I can save 1 or 2 people from being scammed. In my own powers. So, if you have any question, ungabwele ku inbox, but sometimes bear with me that I have so many messages, so sometimes it can take long to reply to inbox. That's why some things which I get so frequently to inbox, I just bring them here so that everyone, without mentioning names, of course. So, if you have any question, as long as I can read, if I can reply, some things I can't reply. I can't lie. I can't reply to everything if I don't have an answer to, because if no nama, I don't want to cheat. So, but I have a lot of tips which can help 1 or 2. You can find, be smart, just catch these scammers and, brush them aside. Let them not waste your time. Time is going, And if you are, whether you have children, whether you are a divorcee, you've lost your wife or your husband and you're looking for love, it's not too late. Just even if you have 3 children, 4 children, I've seen people being married, they've married with those children. If a real man loves you, olo wapeza bana bopeza bali 4, olo bakazi benangu ngati mwamuna na bana kudala, bakazi bavomera baliko. I've seen people being married with children, so it's not a crime to have a child before maybe something happened, circumstances. So mwamuna mwine wino mwawe mwine nangu mukazi uli amena wakutemwafye, so that doesn't even matter. Someone will just love you and love your children, and So bye for now. Thank you very much for watching. I know I'm going to reply. I'm going to write comments in the comment section when I start relaxing tonight. If I need to reply to something, I'm going to do that. So in the comment section, because the Cambodia comment hapa, yala lepa, it's gonna be very long. So start now. Don't say, I'll sign up tomorrow. You can be on 4 sites. Just try. No one has ever died of trying. At least we've seen people it has worked. So it will work for you to just be positive. No kwa napakafie. Naine. Inamwaka mpakafie. Waibika pofi. Amba bambi mnaifinya hapo fast. Mwaifinya hapo na panani kanipa mline. Tawe ine. Now I'm 55 years old. Ninkota na beshikulu. Mukasanga bakulu baneno abakweta beshikulu na be. Namashuka mukasanga na mwa ichepali mokuka mitemwafye, so vice versa also. This applies to men also, not just women. But women are more vulnerable in this. So whichever the situation, don't remove yourself from the queue. But if you are married, please don't fall for this. It's dangerous. Mungasiye mulamu bavutika. So this is not for married people. If you are married, stay away from online dating. You're already married, so please stick na divorce. Stick to mulamu. This is for the single people or the divorced and all those who are looking for love. I want someone to, at least this will work for someone. At least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Come on, guys, you can do it. So naenda manje first nione kamwana huko kizikagona nakala kadina so na nione ngati kauka. So thank you for watching and I wish you all the best. Makamaka, this year is coming to an end. You can start signing up already kuma sites hapa, so December, so ile fika January warana fatipaka we've seen them, but more tips. Next video I'll give tips. I gave 2 tips today. Which 2 tips are those? Those who give excuses to be seen on video, cut them off. Those asking for nude pictures, cut them off. They are not real. And read between the lines. You know, those are the 2 tips that I've given today, in case you forgot. Next time it's going to be other tips and one site which a friend or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 have met their loved ones and they are happily married, happy thereafter, as the 90 Days Fiancé program says. You know, I watched that a lot and I've learned a lot from that. Yeah, these programs were 90 Day Fiancé. Timatamba, vimasebenza hivi vintu hivi. So let's not live in the past when people thought dating online is a crime. No, it's not a crime, man. Stop. If there are anyone, the people laughing at you, making fun of you, kwatu wakala stranded, don't pay attention to them, man. Ngafyabomba bagamba nokukukumbwa soti nishiwa na uya yu kapshinga nikuisoko nangfeo ukulikonsoko watema. We are different people. Not everyone wants to be somewhere. Sema men. Oko yakusanga love, oko kinoko ikakusangira. Won't say we are in this world together. So those who are trying to make fun of you when they discover that you are searching, just this time na mafone ko yaba we mwine nawo ikomena mu room ule browser pofie those days kwanza my internet cafe chakutati. No, people are nosy. They want to see what someone is doing on the computer. Those days vima computer vicho pana mafone ali kolesa kamana kuikomena vya mu room ngatalefa leshi kusabadabuisha atine guys na pyamo imwe naya na pyamo ine naya washawale papa ngayo nampeza ko yo baba ijaba kebu kisha nshimanzi afika mkoso chwe na uyai nshina uyai yoyena ero bayamba nomba padia nomba nshiona na uyai. So people have got such friends who are trying to demoralize them in anything they do. Such friends are not even friends, to say the truth. I think friends should be there to support each other. Inenga na muno mnanda lefo ayo akumupa online. Kumustafa encourage. Not to kumuseka. These days, udaseka omuntu online. Kya kale fya kumushifyo. These days, it's normal. I have tips how you should even handle when things work out and you make I will have a lot of tips. Nakasa kana have. So, they can video line. See you next time. If you think this is interesting, tag your friends and share. But this has worked and it will work for you if you stay focused and you are very, very positive about it. If you are doubting Thomas, I'm sure this will not work. So, you know, don't be lonely in this world of internet. Do they were lonely? What capish? Nawe na imwe sarapkeni bazambi na ba Africa na bonse wherever you are. Come on, get on the ground and do it. So pleasant evening. Naenda manch na laila kuda. Share this video if you think it's making sense to you, so that others can learn, and tell them more tips. Namwanga Queen is bringing more tips on board. I'm not called Namwanga Queen for nothing. I have a lot of these t-shirts. Proud Namwanga Queen. I'm just offloading the information free of charge to all of you. Now, forget. I'm not called this for nothing. I am a motivator. Ufuna by fire by force. Next year nikukwatiriwa. Tell yourself that. By fire by force. Not now. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. I love you all. My husband is just wondering what's happening there. He knows. He knows. I told him actually. I said I am having a meeting at 21. So he knows. He's taking care of the boys. All the best. Cheers, my guys. Bye-bye. Love you. See you in the next video.